we will thermal pollution. The word thermal, the word itself is evident of the fact that this pollution will be related to temperature rise. Thermal, that is related to temperature rise. So the thermal pollution, it is actually a type of pollution where you will see that the water bodies, for example, you have a water body and there is an industry, and all the hot water that is coming from the industry, it will be dumped into the water body. So there will be change in temperature of this water body, and due to the change of temperature, that can be increase or decrease in the temperature, there will be some problems which will affect the organisms living in it, because the water aquatic organism, they have a lower temperature tolerance, they have a lower range of temperature tolerance. They cannot handle very high temperature or very low temperature. They live in an optimum temperature in these water bodies. So what happens? So thermal pollution, it is the degradation of the water quality by any process that changes the ambient water temperature. Okay, usually by artificial heating, that usually comes from the industrial discharge, for example, from power plants, from steel mills, from petroleum refineries, from chemical factories, by the release of heated water, and from nuclear power plants. There are the condensers are present in the nuclear power plants. Those very big rods, they act as a condensers, and they are the cooling water, it's directly discharged in the lakes and the rivers. The hydroelectric power projects, the water flow, when it's disrupted, then the water at higher and lower temperature, it gets mixed. There is due to the deforestation. If a water body is surrounded by thick canopy of forest, if this deforestation takes place, the water temperature will increase as the sunlight will directly come on the water body. So soil erosion also causes the heat. There is heat absorption, more heat absorption due to the turbidity of the water. Due to the urban runoff, the storm water, that is heated from the pavements of the these urban areas, it will get collected in the water bodies, then it will also cause the thermal pollution. Domestic sewage discharge also causes the water pollution. So what are the consequences of these water pollution? First of all, we need to understand that there is this unnatural rise in temperature, and due to this unnatural rise in temperature, there are certain ecological consequences. There will be decrease in dissolved oxygen. There is an equation, that is P is inversely proportional to temperature. So the rising temperature, it will decrease the dissolved oxygen content in the water body. So the warm water, it holds less oxygen compared to cold water. So if this hot water, it is being discharged in the water body, the oxygen will leave this water body, and there will be less dissolved oxygen, and less dissolved oxygen means that there will be less availability of oxygen for the aquatic life, and they will die. There will be altered metabolic rates of the organism, of the aquatic organism. There will be certainly loss of biodiversity, as they are sensitive species and they will die, while heat tolerant species, they may overpopulate. Okay, it will disturb the ecological balance. The migration of the aquatic life will take place. The species, they will migrate to cooler areas, and there will be local extinction. There will be increased vulnerability to diseases. The growth of pathogens and parasites will increase. There will be increased disease incidence. Waterborne diseases will be there. There will be disturbance of the reproductive cycles of many aquatic species, like spawning and all. There will be eutrophication, that is, there will be growth of algal blooms, which will again cause the depletion of oxygen. There are economic consequences. For example, fisheries will decline, and there will be massive fish kill. It will decrease the number of fishes in the water bodies. Hence, it will also decrease the fishes that are extracted for fishery industry. There will be loss of tourism, because the aesthetic view of the water bodies will be degraded. So how can we prevent and control the thermal pollution? First of all, we can do some changes in the source. source reduction methods. Before pouring the water into the industry, they can be cooled down. There can be cooling ponds, which can be the artificial ponds where the water will be stored for a while, and then they can be discharged in the main water bodies. There should be cooling towers for decreasing the heat of the water that is being drained out. The heat exchangers are needed. Heat exchangers help in the recovering the heat from the industrial effluents for reuse in other processes. So it is also energy efficient process to use heat exchangers. Recirculating cooling systems are necessary for industries. They will decrease the temperature of the water, they will make it optimum, and then decrease the thermal load on the water bodies. The ecological methods include the artificial aeration. The planting of artificial aeration means oxygen is being added to the water bodies. Planting vegetation along the banks, the creation of the thermal shelters. And the policy and management measures will include, there will be strict discharge regulations. Environmental impact assessment has to be done, and monitoring programs are to be carried out. So these are all the things that are related to the thermal